Hey there YouTube, WrestlingOptimus here, and I am back! I know it has been quite a while, and frankly I'll spare you the details. Let's just say that life happened and the world is absolutely crazy right now. So I've just been trying to stay sane. I hope everyone out there is doing the exact same thing. But like I said, I am back, and it's with a figure unboxing video. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to call this group, but for now we're just going with special figures. And since I don't really remember how to do all this, let's just jump right into the first one. And that is gonna be Bray Wyatt. Now, I already have a whole bunch of Bray Wyatt figures, but he is one of my favorite. And look, I'll just be honest, I went on a bit of a buying spree a couple months ago, and I really don't remember why I bought it, but here it is. I was actually just gonna sell it, but there's one thing about it that I've decided to keep. At the end of this video, I'm gonna show you the brand new display shelves I built, and part of that includes a huge Bray Wyatt display, and so this figure is going to be added to it. That also means it needs to come out of the box, but before we do, let's take a look at it. So this is a Ringside Exclusive. Another reason I might have bought it. I'm pretty sure I got it as damaged packaging too, so it must have been cheap. And this is Series 4, which also comes with Cody Rhodes, Ultimate Warrior, and Reza Ramon. And even though this figure is depicting an earlier version of Bray, here it does mention the Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania 36. Turning this back around, and it is time, for the first time in a while, to let this baby breathe. And here it is out of the box. First things first though, we did get an extra set of open hands. The hands on the figure are open fist kind of mic holding hands. And before we get a look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories, which in this case is the famous Bray Wyatt rocking chair. So give me another brief second. I'm going to take this out of the packaging and put it together. But yeah, this is basically the only reason I kept this around. I'm going to have this figure sitting in this chair as part of that display. Here we go. Fully complete. It's actually a really good design. This back piece kind of slides into the two side pieces here. There is the part he's going to sit on, and then there is just this kind of front bit. But really good detail work. Let me see if the camera will zoom in here. There we go. So yeah, you can see there's lots of cool details in what I guess is the kind of wood. So it's just kind of, good woodworking there. For now though, let's set that aside and we'll take a look at the figure itself. So again, I'm not sure if the camera will really pick up on the details here, but this awesome fedora has a really cool texture on it. Definitely makes it seem more realistic. It's got that nice black band. Set that aside. Now let's move on to the figure. And the shirt says, "All hope is lost." So this is kind of from the Eater of Worlds phase, kind of late Wyatt family. On a bunch of my Bray Wyatt figures, the pants have like no detailing, so it is nice seeing even just a little stripe like this. And moving a little bit further down, we got these awesome snakeskin boots. So that's really cool. On my other figures, it's just kind of like a white shoe. So it's really great to see some better detailing on this. It does have all the articulations of an elite, including the kneecaps there. So that's nice. It also has the ab crunch. And then these tattoos should be fairly accurate. I never exactly go looking at pictures to see if they're perfect, but yeah, that is some very cool details. Obviously the top is, part of the figure, so I can't move in and see what the rest of that tattoo looks like, but even just these arm sleeves are incredible detailing. Move over to this one. Yeah, very cool. A little bit too small for me to exactly figure out what all's going on there, but colored in tattoos, again, that's a hallmark of the Elite series. And the face, the head sculpt, very good. I think that one looks just like him, especially at the time. Maybe not certain other periods, but the period this figure is being taken from, definitely. So yeah, despite not exactly wanting this figure initially, I am going to be very happy putting this on display. And there he is, Bray Wyatt in the rocking chair. So I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Came with an awesome accessory, including extra hands and a hat. The detail, especially on the tattoos and the snakeskin boots, really good. And the face sculpt, also very good. Wonderful likeness of the late, great Bray Wyatt. But on a lighter note, let's move on to our next figure. I just realized that I'm pretty sure every single figure I'm unboxing today is a Ringside exclusive, so maybe I'll just call the video that. But either way, our next figure is the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Specifically, I got this because it comes with Pharaoh the dog. Now this is actually the only figure today that I am not unboxing. I am going to keep this in the box. There's no need to open it up. I already have a pretty good Cody Rhodes figure. I just kind of want to keep this on display with our favorite pup and yours, Pharaoh the dog. Just whatever you do, don't set off any pyro around him. Anyway, let's bring this closer, zoom in and get a good look at this. As you can see, he is holding an American flag, and my shirt is kind of reflecting against this, but there is a really nice blue sky background there. And then, of course, Pharaoh, but it does look like Cody is kneeling on some type of rock structure. Now I kind of wish I would unbox it, but now I'm going to stick to my guns here. Spinning it around, and it says, in Cody Rhodes' quest to finish his story, there has been one friend who's been by his side through thick and thin, a friend who has supported him and never left his side, his best friend Pharaoh, loyal dog of the Nightmare family. And there's a nice little illustrated version of it. Unlike the figure, he's not kneeling directly on the rocks here in this illustration, and I'm not sure if the American flag has that WWE on top. But regardless, really cool box. There is Pharaoh on the side. He's the bestest boy. And this will be a really cool piece to just kind of add to the collection. Again, this is going to go on those display shelves that we're going to showcase at the end of the video. Otherwise, since I'm not unboxing it, I think that's pretty much all there is to say about the Finish the Story Ringside exclusive Cody Rhodes. In a box scale 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 10. It's awesome. It's got Pharaoh. What else do you gotta say about it? Anyway, on to the next figure.
He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Okay, this thing actually plays through the entire song, but I am not going to subject you to it as much as we all love it. But yes, this is the Ringside exclusive Joe Hendry. Wait, is he here? Okay, he's not here. Action figure. And what's really interesting about this, let me tilt up the camera a little bit here. This is a TNA figure, but as the kids would say, it is very WWE coded. So taking a look at the box, it does not appear to be made by Mattel. It appears to literally be made by Ringside Collectibles. If so, that is really cool. We definitely need to check out this box before we take the actual figure out. Originally, if he stayed in TNA, I was gonna keep this figure in the box, but now that he's in WWE, and as of the recording of this video, it looks like he's about to head up to the main roster, we might as well open it up so we can use him in some videos. Alright, so yeah, let's take a look at this awesome box. There is the button on the side that lets you play that even when it's still in its case. Looks like we're gonna have an extra head sculpt, a smiling one, as well as 2 extra hands and an extra shirt. Well, not extra, I guess, a shirt. But the box is really cool. It's got this kind of chain pattern on the side here. Again, the TNA logo, not WWE or NXT. I believe in Joe Hendry with that JH logo there. And here are the lyrics to the song. So, say his name and he appears. They love him in London, Paris, and Tokyo, America, Scotland, Canada, and Mexico. They say, I believe in Joe Hendry. Wave your hands from side to side and say, I believe in Joe Hendry. He's so prestigious. Wave your hands, because Joe Hendry is the prestigious one. Yes, I believe on the Indies and then eventually into TNA, that was his gimmick. Joe Hendry, the prestigious one. Going all the way back to when I got back into wrestling circa 2016, he was the local hero in Newcastle with WCPW. He is, of course, from Scotland, though. I believe that means he did some ICW, or Insane Championship Wrestling. A lot of Scottish guys have come out of there, including Grado, Noam Dar. That's also where Drew McIntyre went after his first trip through the WWE system. To kind of rebuild himself. So yeah, I've been following this guy ever since then, about 10 years now, which is crazy to think. And yeah, he is an actual musician. I believe he did music performing live long before pro wrestling. He writes all of his own entrance music, as well as all the funny songs he does during his concerts and mocking his opponents. He especially did that on the independent scene. And even these lyrics here about waving your hands from side to side, that was incredibly intentional. He wanted to give directions to the crowd. It's kind of a songwriting technique in order to get them to participate and enjoy it that much more. Spinning it around again, there is the try me button. But that's about it. As nice as the packaging is, I think it's time to take it apart and let this baby breathe. I believe in Joe Hendry. Alright, before we get into the figure itself, look at this awesome background with all these cool fans and waving their Joe Hendry signs around. Love that. Here is the stand. So again, I'm not going to hit the button and let it play, but I will say this, it is incredibly loud. Takes a couple of, I'm thinking, small batteries there, probably not even like a AA or AAA actually. But the good news is, unlike most 90s toys, batteries are included, so it plays right out of the box. Here is the Joe Hendry shirt, just kind of that pretty standard material. We got a little Velcro in the back to put it on him. Here is a couple of mic holding hands, or I guess this one's a closed fist for his right hand there. And I already switched out the head sculpts. The other one was kind of this stern face. And let's face it, it's Joe Hendry. He's always smiling. So bringing him closer to the camera, let's take a closer look. And the first thing I notice is all of that chest hair. Look at that. I guess it goes down to his abs too, but wow. I don't think he's actually that hairy, but sure, we'll go with that. We got some nice trunks. It's got, of course, the JH logos, both types there. And it's in a really nice blue. I like this blue as well. Kind of his signature blue. And unfortunately, just kind of plain white boots, but that's okay. I think his boots basically are just plain white. Again, very much like a WWE figure, although I will say it does have this type of abdomen, which is either an ultimate in WWE or one of the unrivaled kind of their basics in AEW. They always have this as opposed to the ab crunch we saw in the Bray Wyatt figure earlier. But yeah, I think the head sculpt, it's maybe like a 9 out of 10. It's not exactly perfect, but it's pretty darn close. I love how they have the bleach blonde top and then the dark brown facial hair. That does look just like him. Yeah, overall, it didn't really come with much other than, I don't know, maybe a stand that sings his song, an awesome background, and some clothes. I think that's pretty great. It looks just like him. We're going to give it a 9.5 just because I think maybe some of the details could have been better on the figure itself, including that face, but I frankly am being a little bit picky. It's a really, really great figure. Highly recommend for any fans like me of the man, Joe Hendry. Last and certainly not least, because let's face it, we wouldn't want him to curse you, it's Danhausen. I really wish I could get him to come out of this box the way he came out of that box at the pay-per-view. With that said, this is a little bit out of date because this is, again, we'll scroll the camera up here a little bit, and this is the Ring of Honor version of Danhausen. I'll be honest, I don't watch Ring of Honor, so I never saw him on there, but I'm guessing that's where Tony Khan has been hiding him for like the past year before he came to WWE recently. Regardless, I didn't know if Tony would actually put out another Danhausen figure, so I rushed out to get this one, even though it's Ring of Honor, and we're going to be opening it up today. I found out about Danhausen maybe during the pandemic. I started seeing some of his videos pop up online. I thought the gimmick was hilarious pretty much since day one. As Simon Miller likes to say, goofy wrestling for life. I'm all about the really weird, goofy stuff. Taking a look at this outside box, I think there's a box inside, and yep, just says Danhausen Jazzwares Ring of Honor. Taking it out, this is what it looks like inside. This amazing artwork of Danhausen. I believe that is also just a sleeve that then reveals our figure of Danhausen. This is apparently a Jazzwares Vault exclusive, one of only 5,000, so don't I feel special. We have our jar of teeth, 2 extra hands, 2 extra head sculpts, and of course, a really elaborate costume including cape. Can't wait to open this thing up. Just spinning it around to make sure. Wow, not even like a little description in the back. Interesting. But the box itself is really cool, kind of a unique shape here. It's not a rectangle like normal. But since there's not much to it, I think it's just time to let it breathe. And here he is. This thing just keeps getting cooler and cooler the more I take a look at it. But let's start out with the accessories. We have, of course, the famous jar of teeth. Let me see if I can get my camera to zoom in here. And yes, famously, Danhausen will put these into his opponent's mouth during a match, and he can't get disqualified because, well, teeth are supposed to be in people's mouths. Setting that aside, though. And we also get 2 other head sculpts, although I'm going to be honest, they don't look that different. This one's kind of snarling with his eyes slightly closed. This one is kind of mouth and eyes open, I guess. And then the one we have right here is more of a neutral. Again, not a lot of differences, but considering how much detail is in each one, it's really cool to get 3 total. You will also get an extra set of hands. I've actually already replaced the one hand so that he is now pointing. So he is pointing at the camera, giving you a curse right now for not subscribing to the channel. And then the open hand, and of course the extras are just the opposite of those. Now, one of the coolest parts is that this cape is not just kind of normal fabric cape, there's actually a wire in here. That's how it's able to stay standing like this. So you can bend that cape in a couple different directions. You can have it kind of come in like this, you can have it flowing, and it will just kind of retain its shape a little bit better than the normal cloth materials. Taking that off and setting him aside for a second, and here is that cape up close. We have this kind of goat Baphomet, I'm not sure, Danhausen logo, and then just some cool kind of splotchy design here, but that is awesome. Much cooler than pretty much any other stuff I've ever seen. I will say it looks a little bit orange, I think, on camera. It is very much red, so yeah, that's just kind of the camera playing tricks on you. Going back to the figure though, here he is up close, and just like with that Bray Wyatt figure, the tattoo work is impeccable. We have this awesome winged demon head here with some big old horns. I'm not sure if these tattoos are actual tattoos or if he just kind of has fake tattoos for the gimmick, but these are pretty cool regardless to have on the figure. Unlike the Bray Wyatt, I can see what some of these are. That is a eagle or falcon of some description coming over here. I believe that might be like a lucha mask, maybe? I'm not sure. These are definitely like roses or flowers of some kind. And again, I'm not really sure about that one right there, but it looks to be something drinking rain off of an umbrella, maybe? I don't know. I hope that's not something you have permanently tattooed on your body. Regardless, there is the awesome detail we see in the head sculpt. We see the little bit of black that goes into his hair, but otherwise his hair is usually left nice and brown. Moving down, we've got this kind of almost logo on his belt buckle area there. We got these black pants and black, pretty basic shoes. They're kind of like Doc Martens though. And we do have that kind of yellow stitching there, which is really nice. Darby Allin figures tend to have a very similar shoe or boot, whatever you want to call it there. Like your AEW figures, which technically this kind of is. It has this same kind of rotary ab system here. Not really sure on the technical term for that, but it also has all these awesome joints, including kneecaps, elbows, and ankle articulations as well. So yeah, you know what? Kind of an awkward, boring box, but I'm not really going to take off anything because let's face it, I'm going to throw the box out. So the figure itself, the awesome accessories that came with it, multiple head sculpts, of course this really cool cape. I think for our final figure of the day, screw it, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. I do believe that WWE has already put out a couple Danhausen figures of their own. AEW might have also put out different ones than this. I'm not sure how they're gonna stack up, but this one is really cool in its own right. I can't wait to add it to the collection. And now, let's see if I remember the send-off. Before I say goodbye though, I did promise to show off my new display shelves. So up here in the top right, we have, for the most part, our signed figures, including Blue Meanie, Effie, and Chris Statlander. And now I've put up my Cody Rhodes there as well. And that's because over here on the top shelf are all of my sadly deceased wrestlers. One cool thing is every single one of them is from a different series. So we have this exclusive Brody Lee that includes -1. We have this Retro Fest Macho Man Randy Savage. We have this really cool WrestleMania Andre the Giant, an Ultimate Warrior. We have Captain Lou Albano from the Legends series. We have an unboxed basic Razor Ramon, and we have an Elite Mae Young. And this is just another Ultimate Warrior that I happen to have. But right below them, talking about unfortunately deceased wrestlers, we have my Bray Wyatt display. So, of course, I gotta put my Alexa stuff here too, because she was such an integral part of the Firefly Funhouse. So this is my in-box Alexa Bliss, my out-of-box Alexa Bliss, so that I can show off Lily there. We also have my pops of both Alexa and The Fiend. We have all of the Firefly Funhouse puppets, including Mercy the Buzzard there. We got right beneath him, Sister Abigail. All the way on the left here, we have Huskus the Pig Boy, and of course, right above him is Ramblin' Rabbit. If you look back behind my two Bray Wyatts there, we have the Vince McMahon puppet, and then of course we have both Bray in his Firefly Funhouse gimmick, and the Fiend holding up that really creepy lantern. Over here, we have another Fiend, but this one's in the box, and it does have the really cool championship. That one also comes with that awesome entrance jacket. Up here we have the kind of Firefly Funhouse action figure from, I'm not sure what that series is called. But down here I have this, like I said, Funko Pop of the Fiend, and also salt and pepper shakers of Bray and the Fiend. And then this little Fiend figure, I forget where I found that. But we are now just going to set our Bray Wyatt in a rocking chair right here in the corner. Just kind of complete the whole display. He's covering up the salt and pepper shakers a little bit there, but that's alright. And now just to show off the rest of the display, over here Finn Balor is probably my favorite wrestler, so I've collected a ton of Finn Balor's over the years. Just like the Joe Hendry earlier, this one does play his theme song. He's on a little stand there. And then from the same line that this figure is, we have Sasha Banks and Alexa, another Alexa, because she's one of my favorite females, pop figure. We also have pops for Bayley and Becky Lynch. Becky's one of my favorites too. I'm not sure when these stops coming out, but they were really cool. They had a small figurine for the wrestler, and then they had some type of like monster armor that they would go into. It was a really cool concept, and I ended up getting all of the New Day. These were blind boxes, so I just got lucky. And up here I have The Undertaker, Roman Reigns, and The Rock. But if you look, I also have the New Day here. This is a box of Bootios. If I were to completely close it up, you would see it looks just like a box of the cereal itself. But I like displaying it like this with my other figures of the New Day. Down here, before Jack Perry decided to act like an idiot with the whole CM Punk situation, I was a really big fan, so this is my Jurassic Express. I ended up getting 2 of these so that I could open one and leave the other on display here. My favorite wrestler growing up was Kane, so I had to get an Ultimate Kane. I also have Johnny Knoxville. I was a big Jackass fan growing up, so when they put out a figure for his WrestleMania match, I of course had to get it. And this is my Jushin Thunder Liger figure, my only Japanese figure. And again, I'm not really sure when either of these lines stopped, but I really liked both of them, so I got quite a couple of figures for each. You can see I actually got 2 different versions of Seth. And yeah, going back to my Finn Balor obsession, I have a figure of the Demon Balor in both of these lines. Finally, on top of my mini fridge over here, I have some Muscle figures. So not sure if anybody remembers Muscle. They recently came out with WWE versions of them. And then I have my Darby Allin LJN style figure, as well as a really cool little print here of Cactus Jack in front of my Mankind figure. Finally, just some cool stuff on the wall. I got my Lita's Dangerous Curves Ahead road sign. And finally, I'll show you these cool signed prints. This is Maki Ito, my girlfriend Jen's favorite wrestler, at least on the indie scene. Of course, I have to have Finn Balor, as we just talked about. And then I have Repo Man. I've tried sending this to Simon Miller, but he doesn't answer my messages when I try and get an address. Whatever, I still love you, you bald a-hole. Alright, that'll do it for this Ringside exclusive unboxing video. Let me know what you thought in those comments down below. If you liked the video, make sure to do all that normal YouTube stuff. Smash the like button, share with any wrestling or action figure fans you may know, subscribe to the channel, and spread the word. You can also talk to me over on Twitter at WrestlingOptimus, or see all my best figure photography over on Instagram at WrestlingOptimus. I'm also on Facebook and Blue Sky. If you haven't seen my latest video, it should be on screen now. But until next time, I've been Wrestling Optimus, and I'll catch you later.